Hey guys, today we're going down the Witch's Road in episode 4 of Agatha All Along. Let's get into it.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Till the End Line Podcast. I'm your boy Wanji here with
Kiki T.
That's right. And as he said, we're going down the road in episode 4. This was a really good episode.
Hell yeah, it was.
I liked it a lot. A lot of good stuff in it. But before we get into that, we got a little bit of that nerd news.
Hey yo.
So today we got a few things. First thing I want to start off with is Tom Hardy has confirmed that Venom Last Dance is his final. Is his last dance as Venom. So it's his final movie that he's going to be doing as Venom. I think that may be the case now. I'm waiting for Disney to just buy Sony and stop dealing with all this crap. And then they're going to be like, hey, Tom, we want to put Venom in this movie. And then he's going to be like, they're like, here's the check. He's going to be like, I'm here. Like, let's get it done.
Yeah, you know I get that.
The Disney money talks.
Oh, absolutely. But I get that Batman and Superman vibe when Batman saves his mom's, or his parents' farm. Mm-hmm. And Superman's like, how'd you do it? He's like,
how'd you get back from the bank?
He's like, I bought the bank.
Yeah. There was a meme going around. It's like, how'd you get Spider-Man back to Marvel? He's like, I bought, Spider-Man from Sony. He's like, I bought Sony. And it was Disney over Batman's body. Yeah. So that was funny. What else we got?
So Shawshank Redemption director comes out of retirement and he's going to be directing Stranger Things season 5.
Nice.
I think that's pretty cool.
Heck yeah.
It's a great Shawshank Redemption is a great fucking movie.
Language.
Didn't realize he retired. I just thought he was taking a break, but
a very, very long break.
A very, very long break.
I mean, I like this a lot because you've got a seasoned director who has a style. I think he's going to bring something new to Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And what a place to bring them in, where Stranger Things is in the storyline.
Yeah.
I think he can do a lot with what they've got going on now. I'm excited for that. That's awesome news to add to season 5 of Stranger Things.
Yeah. But with that, we also got
Millie Bobby Brown and Jake Bon Jovi got married. Congratulations. Yeah. And she looks stunning in her dress. Did you
11?
See
I've always called her 11.
Oh,
my whole life
sure.
I'm going to call
her 11. She always will be, even 10 years from now, she's still going to be 11 for sure. But what's really cool is the actor Matthew Modine, who played Papa in Stranger Things, he actually officiated a wedding. Yeah. Which is really cool. That's awesome. So that was really cool to see. But congratulations to the happy couple. What else we got?
Oh, so this one I'm really excited for. So DC officially announced a dynamic duo. It's an animated film. It's gonna have this multiple CGI anime and this
a new style, right?
Yeah, it's almost like claymation animation.
It's got a piece of claymation animation in it.
Yeah. So it's a culmination of all these different versions put together. And it's a new story being told. It's not tied into anything we're seeing right now. Matt Reeves is going to be producing it. But it's the early days of Dick Grayson and Jason Todd growing up to become Nightwing and Red Hood. But
it's good following them both as Robin, right? Or is it?
It's just called the Dynamic Duel, and it's Jason.
It's about both the Robins. That's what it was. Okay.
About both of the Robins, but I don't think they're going to be mentored. The way the story and the synopsis has been explained, that the theory behind, or the idea behind it is they're not going to be mentored by Batman. I think they're coming up as a partnership, little thieves, a little into some.
Yeah, because it's about them growing up in the orphanage together, right?
Together. Yeah. Right, and that obviously didn't happen.
Correct.
There's a huge age
Dick
gap.
Grayson's always been older than Jason Todd, right?
And you'll see them first. Older and here. There is an age difference.
Okay.
But they grew up differently. They never had the same upcoming.
Yeah,
same
so
life.
This is them growing up together.
So it's a whole new story,
it's
whole
its
new
own story,
timeline. Never existed before, and I'm excited for this.
Nice.
I think this is really going to be really, really a cool take, a cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that for sure. Yeah. And we all know DC always hits in animation.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, last bit of news, Xolo Maridueña has been cast in Marvel Nova Disney Plus series. If you guys don't know who that is, he is the actor who played Blue Beetle. Yes.
He's in Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that's who, yeah.
He was known. He came from Cobra Kai. That made him more popular.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. So he's been cast in the, like we said, in the new Marvel project or the new
Disney Plus series.
Nova project. Yeah. So that's exciting. We're gonna see him do some. Marvel
I'm glad
stuff.
it's a Disney Plus series. Like Nova is a good character. He can grow into being into the movies, but telling his story, depending on which Nova they because there's multiple Novas. And if he's the younger version of it, where he's kind of like a teenager into a young adult and then a full on adult, it gives him time to kind of grow into that character.
Yeah, because I feel like if you did it in a movie, you'd have to take out a lot.
Yeah.
For sure. And this is definitely, as we know, the Nova Corps is kind of like the Green Lantern Corps, but for Marvel.
Correct.
So there's a lot to be told. I think that kind of a story only plays well as a series rather than a movie, for sure.
And with this, we can get the first 3 episodes of him maybe even surviving the decimation of Xandar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then,
dude, I really hope they do that, because they wanted to do that, as we said before. They wanted to have that as the opening scene for Infinity War,
right?
But got cut, I think, for time,
right?
And then, but I think that still should be told.
Yeah.
I think
this is the best way to do it.
That.
Yeah.
For sure. Absolutely.
2 episodes, the first episode, like him young, trying to join the Nova Corps, maybe his dad part of it or some sort. And then the next episode 2 and 3, or at the end of 2, you know how they drop like two episodes?
Yeah.
At the end of 2, like Thanos arriving. And then episode 3 just showing the whole havoc, the aftermath of everything happening.
Or start off with the decimation of Xandar in the first episode. Ooh. That's the way to kick it off. Because we could always get those things that you're talking about as flashbacks.
Yeah, that's true. Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Either way, they got to do it. They got to show it.
It's for real.
Yeah. But either way, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. Click that notification bell to get all your latest nerd news.
That's right. That almost hit me in the face.
It landed on my shoulder last time.
That would have been amazing if I did that, flipped it back, and it just went right back on my face. Like, what?
Like how they catch their hats and shit?
Yeah, exactly. Just right back on the face.
All right. That one day.
So, as he said, we're going to be talking about episode 4 title.
If I can teach you, let my song teach you.
That sounds like I was reading the title. I'm like, that sounds like it's such a poetry line, like a poetry slam night. Oh my god, we had to do it. All right, so yeah,
we got producer over here dying. Yeah, she wasn't aware that we were gonna do that.
Dork.
It gives me like that. Was it 22 Jump Street where they're doing this?
Yeah, where poetry? He makes them go up there with no prepared material. He's just like, what did he keep saying? He kept like screaming something like, like I don't remember. Poetry, death, hurt, like just it was. I was dying. Yeah, that was a great.
That's a good movie. I just rewatched it recently.
22 Jump Street. Yeah, it's good. It's definitely good.
He's like, sure. Smith, fuck the captain's daughter, and he puts the gun down. He's like, oh,
where he figures it out. He's like,
yeah.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, that was.
And he's like dancing around the whole fucking.
I like the twins part. Where they're like, they go to say just random words that come in, and the twins get every single one the same. Yeah. then don't you die doing it? Completely different
apples,
words,
oranges. They just say dumbest things ever.
So good. If you guys haven't seen that, go watch it. I'm pretty sure you have though. So yeah, let's get into this. So. Episode 4, as he said, if you can't reach you, let my song teach you, that comes into play later on. Yep. Agatha and her coven face their second trial on the mysterious witch's road. Ooh. Starts off right where we left off.
Absolutely, yeah.
Leaves
are red though, versus the teal blue that it was before.
Yeah, which I think you said that before. Each trial, the leaves are gonna change.
It seems like that's the trial,
and I think they're highlighting the witch. The leaves are representing the witch, correct. The color of the witch, right?
Yeah. So this was the wax moon, and the fire phase of the moon. So this is the fire witch. In the ballad, it say earth, fire, water, and air. Mm-hmm. Those are the different witches. With the earth witch is green, fire is red. air is blue.
I want to say blue, yeah.
And then
wouldn't water be blue?
Water's blue. Yeah, air
purple.
Purple. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, Agatha, heard.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah.
But yeah, so go ahead.
Yeah, so the episode is packed with supernatural tension as the group ventures into a haunted house titled To Alice's Past.
Tied to Alice's Past.
Sorry, tied to Alice's Past. Alice reveals that her mother, a musician, died in a hotel fire while on tour, which I liked because she's like, they were saying, oh, you know, Alice's mom died on the Witch's Road. Yeah. And then I was like, she did die on the road on tour. Yeah. And then it was like, so technically they're not wrong. Yeah. She did die on the road.
So initially, like, she's like, I'm not doing this. And like, Alice takes off the other way. And she's like, oh, we kind of have to, Agatha. It's like saying, we kind of have to.
Well, then when they go to follow her, the road,
road's like, psych, nigga.
And just put the house right in front of her. So it's just like, what? So no matter where they go, they're gonna go to the next trial. Yeah, no matter what.
There's no way. You have to make it through each trial to get to the next trial.
Yeah,
you can't make it through by skipping the trials.
Yeah. So something that happened in the last episode where Alice revealed that her mom believed that all the women in her family had a curse on them. Yeah. So in this episode, the Witch's Road is set to hold the key to breaking that curse on her family. Yes. And then that plays out later on.
Correct.
So they bury Sharon.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Mrs. Hart. Yeah. That's what freaking Agatha keeps calling her. Yeah. She has no idea her name is Sharon. Yep. Sharon Davis. But yeah, so they bury her. But they bury her on the road. Mm-hmm. And then they think that, they're talking, right? And then she's like, Agatha's ready to move on, and then they're like, "No, we need a green witch.
We're down a witch.
Yeah, we're down a witch. We need a green witch." And as it seems like, Jen's like, "Well, you needed me with the potions for last time. You know, we wouldn't have made it." And then that's when Alice is like, "Well, we didn't all make it." Yeah. And then like there's a lot of turmoil in the beginning of this episode. Yeah. And the way it ends, they're really starting to come together as a coven. Yeah. And then they make this funny comment, Agatha makes this comment, and she's like, "Coven 2, not Coven True," and they're like trying to correct each other of what
the ballad says. Yeah.
And so that's when Agatha's like trying to prove the point that we don't need this witch to get through all the trials. And she's like, Alice asks her, "How many witches did you come out the end of the road last time?" And she's like, "1."
Now, was she saying one other witch?
One other witch. So 2 witches.
So 2 witches. Okay. That's why she thinks Coven 2. Yeah. Yeah. not what that is.
So then the teen tells them to get their shit together, basically.
Yeah. Oh my God.
There's no way they're gonna get through this without kind of banding together.
He definitely seems to be the voice of reason. Yeah. Throughout each episode, for sure. Yeah. So then they do,
which I think it's his. He's matured for his age because he learned so much about the witchcraft and all that. Uh-huh. We don't really know his real age, but like the older they are, the more like, I mean, Patti LuPone's character, Lilia. Well,
they're all hundreds of years old.
Right. And he's the youngest, so he's the one that's like, I gotta figure this out. I need my powers. Like,
well, he's still like wide-eyed and hopeful, optimistic.
Correct.
And all this
that's
stuff.
Where I'm going with that. Yeah. So because due to his age, he is that way. Mm-hmm. So then they say Agatha says that let's summon a new green witch. Yeah. And then Lilia is like, well, what? Anyone have a spell book? And the teen pulls this fucking handy dandy spell book. Yeah. So then Talia says, they lay out the leaves and they like form a body. Yeah. Right. Like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a silhouette, I guess.
Like a chalk outline, kind of.
Yeah. It looks like a murder scene, basically.
Yeah. Just a body just there laying in the leaves. Uh-huh.
And so like she says some like enchantment in Latin. They don't say what the words are. It just says chanting in Latin. Uh-huh. And then Talia goes, may she be strong and wise and the best of her craft. Uh-huh. Agatha goes, may she be smart and not annoying. Yeah. And not super political. Yeah. Jess goes, may she be pleasant looking. And then Jen's like,
Alice.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alice is like, can she bring Advil?
Yeah, may she have Advil or Tylenol. And she had Tylenol, and then like what? So you could just bring them in and just have them bring, have her bring sandwiches or you know what I mean, like just anything you want. What?
I can really go for a McChicken right now.
Yeah, something. So then they do that. They do the spell and then they wait.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens right away, and then in the distance, a hand comes out of the dirt.
Yeah. And it's off the road.
Right.
And it's like a little elevated, not too elevated, but a little elevated.
Yeah, it's just like by like towards trees and stuff.
Right.
And then somebody comes out and it's Rio.
Yeah.
Rio's on the Witch's Road. And then so none of them know who Rio is except
Agatha
and Teen.
Yeah.
Teen met her.
I feel like they're going to put 2 and 2 together and who she is later. They're like, that's who you are.
Okay.
I know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
But as of right now, none of the witches in the coven, Alice, Jen, and Lilia, don't.
Yeah, so they all go over to her. And then one of my favorite parts is she's like, so you're the Green Witch. And then she's like, I'm not, or you're a Green Witch. She goes, I'm not a Green Witch. I'm the Green Witch. Yeah. Like her voice got all demonic. Yeah. I loved it. It was funny. But can we just really quick talk about how freaking hot Aubrey Plaza was looking in this damn episode? Damn.
I like her personality. She's super funny, goofy. That's the more attractive part to me. I'm not attracted to Aubrey Plaza.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how she's looking in this episode. The dress she wearing.
I think the all black thing was cooler.
The all black. Oh, in the second episode. Okay. Yeah. Her and so when they finally get into the house, the way her and Agatha looking, and then they were together,
V cuts and the boobs all hanging out.
Swing, dude.
And producer was like, "How about the older lady's boobs?"
Oh yeah,
Patty LaPone racking it up,
dude. I'm like, whoa, and then they're like out there too. Just, but no. On a serious note, what I want to say is like, this is the first time we've seen Aubrey Plaza in this kind of role, where she's sexualized and she's like looking sexy and stuff like that.
Really?
Any other role she's done that I've seen her in, correct me if I'm wrong, but she hasn't played that. She was in Parks and Rec. She was in Scott Pilgrim. She wasn't playing anything sexy, and
she's like, a barista.
Yeah, well, but she's like not sexualized as a barista.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, run through her IMDb. I doubt that this is the first role I've seen her in anything like that.
True.
Like sexualized. You know
Dirty Grandpa. She was the whore in Dirty Grandpa, bro.
She was. Oh, but that's a prank. That's a prank movie, dude. She didn't actually play that though. She was just like that's what she was, and then she was the granddaughter to Johnny Knoxville as the grandpa.
Johnny Knoxville.
Oh wait, Dirty Grandpa. Yeah. I was thinking Bad Grandpa. I don't know why.
No.
That's the one with
fucking Zac
Efron, right?
And Robert De Niro.
Yeah. I did not see that one.
What?
I haven't.
Oh my god, I love this
wanted
movie.
to see that. I really wanted to see that.
It's hilarious.
But I don't know where I can see it. What streaming service is it on?
I want to say I think the last time I seen it fly through the screen was on Amazon.
Okay.
But fucking hilarious.
I'll find it. But yeah, so like I said, well, that's still true that from what I've seen her in.
Okay.
And I think she's doing a great job, and she looks fantastic playing
I mean, she's like
part.
super flirtatious in a lot of her movies, I feel like, so.
Well, flirtatious is different than being sexualized, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just want to talk about that real quick. So yeah. So then she joins the coven, then they go to the house.
She did like semi-porn movies. Nah, I'm kidding. I just wanted to see what he was going to say. I thought he was going to be like, let me see. Show me.
I would have known this, sir.
I thought you were going to jump over the fucking table. I would have known this,
sir. No, but so yeah.
She voiced somebody in The Simpsons. I did not know that.
Everybody has, dude.
I guess true.
So anyway, so back to the episode. So they get to the house. They open it up, and then it's a, what do we say, 70s? 60s? 70s?
Oh, 70s.
Era, 70s era recording studio.
Yeah, so 1970s, like the rock world. Like Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody, all those type of songs that are coming out at that time. This is the genre we see.
Yeah.
Yeah. hippie, super hippie.
Yeah, so then they all get in, and of course they change. They all look cool as hell. And then there's a record player, and then they go in. They try to figure out, like how there was a postcard in that one in the first house.
Well, they kind of start looking around for clues, and that's when Teen. He is a twin, but whatever. Teen says he's like, you know what I'm thinking, guys. I'm thinking of like, we had the postcard from the last trial. Maybe we'll find something like that.
Yeah.
And then as they're walking around or looking at everything, I did say earlier that the wax moon fire phase was at the entrance.
Yeah.
So every door has that moon phase.
Yeah.
So you know what you're gonna.
So first was water, into. Now fire. Next is probably gonna be earth. So
right.
It was probably crucial that they got the Earth Witch in now.
Correct.
Yeah.
As they're walking in, Alice is like, excuse me. I haven't done that in a while.
She did not do that.
No.
She did not do that.
No, she goes, don't drink anything, don't eat anything, don't touch anything.
Yeah.
And she's Rio's like, well, sounds like, what did Rio say?
I don't remember.
She said something about like, you sound like no fun or some shit like that. So then whatever, they're walking around and Agatha's like staring at the video booth. I mean, the audio booth where like the producer kind of goes.
Yeah, the sound engineer.
Yeah, so she's looking through that. This is before they go in. And Rio walks up to her and she turns around and she's like, don't.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, or says no. She's like, no to Rio. Yeah, she says no. I'm like, what the heck's that about?
Yeah.
I'm guessing because she doesn't want to flirt with her or whatever. Lilia walks around. She sees, and this is the second time we've seen this, like, images of how witches were murdered back in the day. So there's like a one little like section,
and it looks like album posters.
Yeah,
like album covers. Like that's what they were like aiming for.
Correct. Yeah, agreed. And one of them is like, it looks like a witch on fire. The other one looks like a witch being hung, and another one looks like a witch like in a chair being dunked into water. Okay. But traditionally, that's how witches were murdered back in the day. They thought you were a witch. They would light you on fire, hang you, or drown you. It was funny because like apparently only witches could swim. So if you drowned, you weren't a witch, but you just fucking died now. Bruh. Like, what the fuck is that about?
So then I would not, even if I knew how to swim, I would just pretend I don't. And then just drift away.
Well, you would be a warlock, but yeah.
Yeah, but then I would just drift away. No, I'm saying if those witches that knew how to swim, I would say if I were them, just don't swim. Lay floating.
No, they were tied into a chair and then sunk down.
How are you going to swim tied to a chair?
I don't know. That's what
I'm saying.
That's what the image showed.
I think they knew that, and that's just how they would kill them. They knew that they could swim or something, so that's why they tied them down so that they couldn't just swim out.
Maybe, but it was weird times back then. Y'all. Yeah, weird times. That's a place I'd like to go visit. Salem.
Why?
Fucking, it'd be cool, bro.
As a outsider watching in. Like
not the time period. I'm saying where it is now as a tourist attraction.
Oh, I thought you meant you want to go to Salem.
Negative.
Okay.
No, not way back then.
Yeah,
that's scary. You and Sandy would probably have a blast.
Okay.
But yeah, no, thank you.
So then, her and Rio have that exchange.
Well, before that happens, they have that small exchange, and then Agatha like dips off.
Yeah.
And so then this one's a little weird, and I kind of wanted to get your thoughts on this. Alice and Talia are looking at albums, and I think they see her mom. Right?
Her mom, a picture of her mom, yeah.
And they're like talking, and she's like, she was going down, or she was trying to find the road this whole time, and she was on tour. And she was saying that her fans were her coven.
Dope as hell.
Which is really cool.
Hell yeah. Because then, think about that. You have an enormous coven. And then that's why she said, somewhere, someone is always singing that song.
Yeah.
Turns out, that song is the protection spell.
Which is genius.
So her having fans all over the world, somebody singing a popular song. Basically, Beyonce, somebody singing a Beyonce song or a Taylor Swift song at some point. You know what I mean? The rock version of them. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to like gauge the scale.
Okay.
But like someone's always singing that song, and that's why the spell is always active.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
But then so something to note here is that a significant part of this episode revolves around music as the coven gets transported into like the 70s style era. So that's something to note because we find out later why that is.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
So this is the part I want to talk to you about.
Mm-hmm.
Talia keeps having these like premonitions, or she like flips through, like she loses focus and she becomes somebody else for a little bit. And so
Talia or Lilia?
Lilia. Sorry.
Okay.
I keep saying Talia.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't know why I keep saying Talia. So she has like this premonition, and like I don't know if she's speaking as her subconscious or what, but she's like, which is it? Am I wispy or am I kooky? And Alice is like, a little bit of both, to be honest.
If I'm being honest.
Yeah. And she's like, what are you talking about? And then she flips out again.
It reminds me of like somebody going through dementia.
Yeah. Yeah. Which, I mean, who knows? Maybe that's what dementia is. People are just like their powers are activating.
Oh, God. What I think it is that it's kind of like she's sleepwalking, but like she's experiencing her premonitions.
Yeah.
And she's just speaking them as she's in them.
Correct us if they're not premonitions. I don't know what the right term is. That's just the word I've been using.
Well, divinations, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They have premonitions.
Yeah.
Maybe that's for dreams. I don't know. Anyway, visions of the future, I guess you could say, lamest terms. But I think that's what it is. I think she's experiencing them, and then she's just saying saying her end of it in the vision.
And then after that happens, it flips to her speaking as if she's Alice's mom. And she's like saying, Alice, don't. Like, basically, don't fuck with this curse that's going on. Like, and she just wants her to play it safe, essentially. That's how I got it. That's how I took it, at least. Yeah. So I didn't know that other people can speak through her. You know what I mean? Like, if she's like
so you saw that as the mom coming through Lilia and speaking to her. Okay.
The mom spirit.
Okay.
That's how I took it.
All right.
Very similar to the older lady in the Insidious movies.
I see that. Okay.
That's how I understood it.
All right.
So yeah, what do you think? Like, do you think? Because in one of the other episodes, she's like, "Save Agatha," and she's like, "I like your plan, but are all of these going to lead up to something? Do you think? Is this hinting at something else at play?"
I think it is, because if not, then there's no point in having those lines in here.
Yeah,
I think they're going to play in some form or fashion. I do see them coming into play later on.
But what's the goal?
I think they're going to come into play during the divination trial.
Oh, her trial. So she's
during her trial, she's just giving sound bites of what's happening in her trial.
Oh, shit balls. I didn't think about that. Okay.
What do you think of that?
I see that. I see that. Yeah. All right. I'm going to put a list together of all the things
that she says.
Okay. Yeah. So we have them handy to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The first one was save Agatha. Yeah. Okay.
Well, no.
Or are you counting in the shop? In her shop, she was saying stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you'll do that, and
I'll put it together. But yeah. So after that happens, then it switches to Rio walking into like the sound booth, and Agatha sitting on the chair, and then Rio talks to Agatha, and she's like, "It wasn't up to her. Like it wasn't up to me. Magic, as it does, takes the path of the least resistance."
Yeah. And she's talking about her getting to the witch's road.
Right. And she's like, it brought the closest witch down or up. So what was that? What do you feel like? What do you mean down or up? Like it's the witch's road. Like they went down.
Well, they went down to get to the witch's road, but she's like saying down or up wherever the witch's road is, according to like Earth, where Earth was or where they were. It's in this kind of like its own dimension. I see
it like its own, like a mirror dimension, like how.
Yeah, like it's definitely its own dimension for sure. Yeah. For sure.
I see it like in Stranger Things.
The upside down? Yeah.
No, because the upside down is literally a mirror of what's happening up there.
That's true.
I see this more as
quantum realm. I meant not like a mirror, but I meant like something different, like how they had to go.
Yeah, like a different realm. Yeah. But see, that's the thing. The upside down is still tied to the normal world.
Yeah.
So you can go in and out of it. You can't go in and out of Witch's Road.
No.
So it's like, I think this is like the quantum realm, but for the witches, the witches realm, if you will. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because one way in, you couldn't get out.
There's literally one way out. Yeah, or death.
So yeah, that's how I'm seeing this whole thing.
Yeah.
The witches road. Right
I just wanted to pick your mind on it because it was just interesting. Like, she made. And then also earlier in the episode when Rio comes up and she's walking around, she's like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, like she's never been on the road before. So I don't think she was part of Agatha's previous coven.
Definitely not.
Yeah. No, I just think they had a relationship in the past. And I think when we get to when they talk like scars, I'll give you my theory on something crazy.
Okay.
So whatever.
So while they're talking, Agatha hits the mic.
Yeah.
So that
before that happened, she asks Agatha, she's like, why is he here? Like the team.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So she's like, oh, it's just extra hands or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then Agatha like plays Rio to like, what if we work together one last time to get through this kind of and she's like flirting with her.
Yeah.
And over the top, hardcore flirting. So if Rio couldn't tell she was fucking with
obvious.
her, it's obvious.
Yeah.
And then that's when she
hits the mic,
the PA button,
and then that basically just turns on the intercom to in studio to where like the artists are, so that they could hear notes that the producer, the engineers saying. And then so all the witches are hearing what Rio is saying, and Rio's like,
"You kill all these witches, you take their powers, and I get bodies."
Yeah.
Which leads to that Funko Pop leak that you were talking about. We had mentioned last episode. She was revealed to be in the Funko Pop as Lady Death. Or
Death. Death.
But in the comics, she's known as Lady Death.
Okay.
She fits the silhouette.
That's what you were saying before the Funko Pop reveal.
Right.
You had said, what if she's the type?
Death? I would rather... And then now we're getting confirmation that she's going to be in multiple MCU projects going forward. And if that's the case, absolutely. Yeah. I'm down for it. Aubrey Plaza, and Aubrey Plaza.
You said Aubrey. You literally switched the last part of each name.
Whatever.
You said Aubrey Plaza. It's Aubrey Plaza. That was amazing. All right, go ahead.
Anywho,
she
Lady Death is actually with Thanos.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what he was talking about.
She dated. So Thanos and Deadpool have a beef with each other because Lady Death chooses to date Deadpool.
They have kids, Lady Death and Thanos, but they killed him.
I don't know if they have
He
kids.
doesn't Thanos have kids?
That'd be crazy. That'd be a crazy ass baby. Thanos has a kid, Thane, but I think it was with an Eternal. Yeah, horrible fucking
lazy naming.
Lazy. You could have just called him Junior, you know?
Something
Hey,
like
Junior, you know?
And
Come
if it's
on,
a
bro.
girl, Thana.
Oh no, it's too close to Thena, his cousin. So nah.
But Thana. I don't know. Anyway. So then
yeah.
what happens?
So then the
all
witches are like,
yeah.
"Oh my god, that was the whole. That's your plan." Da, 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 da. And they all start bickering and bitching, and the teen gets fucking thrown across the fucking room.
So they start hearing like noises around the studio.
Yeah,
And they're all looking up, and
Well, no,
then
I
that's
forgot.
when teen gets thrown.
you're right. But they're arguing, and teen plays a record, and I forgot that part.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what makes him get thrown. Yeah.
Yeah, they hear this demonic shit happening.
They
It's-
see a record player, a one record player with a record on it, and then he starts to play it, and then it starts playing in reverse. And then
Yeah,
they
well,
notice
Agatha
that.
says she's like, "That's going in reverse."
Yeah, and then it's all scrambled up, and then it starts hurting them, right? Like their ears.
No,
Is
a
it-
little bit. Like some of them were just like, I think they were annoyed by the sound of it, and I don't think they were.
Oh no, I'm
necessarily
thinking of when
hurting.
you started seeing the smoke.
Oh
Never
yeah,
mind.
that was crazy.
So then, Agatha takes it, or takes the record player, breaks it,
Yeah.
stomps on it.
And they're like, "Why did you play that?" And he picks up the thing and says, "Play me."
It's a little cover to the record. It's like you're supposed to lay on the actual vinyl so that it doesn't get messed up or whatever. Literally just said "play me."
Yeah. So he
He's
fucking
like,
played it.
I just following the instructions.
Instructions.
Yeah.
Just do what I told
So
you, guys.
then that's when they start seeing noises and then
Hearing noises. Yeah.
hearing seeing things around and then hearing noises, and then that's when teen just gets thrown through the glass where the
Audio booth.
audio engineering stuff is, and then they go to him, and then is this where Lilia starts feeling the burning?
Not quite. So they check on him.
It was Jennifer first that felt the burn, and then because remember she stayed in the circle.
No, it was.
No, it was Lilia. Yeah, it was Lilia first. That's why she knew to get the circle. But what happens
Oh, so then
after
the
he goes
teen-
through it?
So the teen didn't get thrown first. So Lilia gets burned first.
Yeah.
So she gets burnt, and she's like, "Ah," and she falls to the ground, and then Alice does the spell. And she's like, "Give me that." She takes the knife from Rio.
Yeah.
And she does the protection circle.
Uh-huh.
And then that's when Jen's like, "I'm gonna need one of those." And lo and behold, she fucking
Yeah.
needed one of those.
Yeah, she did.
And then she gets a burn on her shoulder. And then, but we don't see that just yet. And then that's when Teen gets thrown, because then they all run through, and she stays there. Like, what?
She's like, I ain't moving. Yeah.
Moving. I don't blame her. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Be like, "Yo, you good?"
Yeah.
Oof, that looks
Seriously.
like that hurt, bro.
Yeah. For sure.
And then that's when they start coming back into the room. And then they're like, "Oh my God, Jen, your shoulder." And then Lilia's like, "Do I have one too?" And then that's when she shows her.
Yeah. So Alice starts to feel something.
She says,
First,
"I feel lighter."
She goes, "Does anybody else feel lighter?" And she starts feeling it, and then that's when Lilia starts to burn.
Right. So I took that as the curse lifting off of Lilia. She was carrying the burden of the curse solely.
So now it's
And
starting
now
to move
she's
to the rest
sharing
of
it
the
with
coven.
everyone else.
Okay.
So that's why
That's good. That's good. That makes a lot of sense.
that's how I
actually.
took it. When she's like, "Does anyone feel lighter?" Because she's been carrying this generational curse, and now
Yeah.
she's sharing it with her coven. And I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
okay."
yeah. That's good. I like
Yeah.
that a lot. So then, so she draws that circle around her, and then she stops feeling the burn or whatever it is. Yeah, it is. It's got to be a burn, right? Because you see like smoke lifting off of them.
Right. So we find
it
out
is,
later
yeah.
it's the talons of this demon
Yeah.
lit on fire.
Yeah.
So Alice thought it was just a birthmark. Her mom had it. Her grandma had it.
No, so this Jen starts feeling the burn next before.
The teen gets thrown.
Yeah, before. Okay.
Yeah, because that's why she stays in the circle. She's like, "I can get out of this."
Oh, right.
No,
Okay.
Um,
I misheard that. All right.
it's okay. Yeah, everyone's right.
So then, whatever. So then Alice pieces together the vinyl, and she sees the title of the vinyl.
Yeah, can you pause it on that image?
Yeah, 1 second.
So on that image, it shows the name. What's the name of the damn song?
The Ballad of the
Witch's Road.
All right.
And then it says the red what? Can you see it?
So Lorna Wu and the Coral. What is that? The Coral Shore. The Ballad of the Witch's Road. What are you talking about?
The other songs underneath it.
Mary, Mary, Red-Haired Woman.
Yes. So Scarlet Witch.
Okay. Cinnamon and Sage.
Which is
Flick of the Wrist. That can't be that song. Look at the flick of the wrist.
I don't think so. I think it has to do with like how they use powers and.
It's the look at the flick of the wrist. That's what I'm saying. That is. Yeah.
Can you imagine fucking
and then Smiles.
The mom just fucking hitting it on stage. Look at the wrist.
That's funny. And then Swan Song. So there's 5 tracks. That's hilarious. Yeah. So those I guess it's not just a single track vinyl, it's the album.
Right.
With just 5 songs.
So now they are talking and then she's like Agatha's like, it's you. And then Jen and they're all talking about it. She's like, I didn't believe my mom. Like, I didn't think this was real. I thought I was just a fuck up. And I just kept having bad things happen to me.
Can't hold a job, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then they all come down to like, and Jen's like, are you talking about a generational curse? She's like, this is some bullshit, baby.
Yeah.
Like, now we all
have to share that,
yeah. Which she's the most selfish out of all of them so far.
Jen?
I think even more over Agatha.
Jen?
I think she holds it down and she like snaps out. She snaps.
I think when she panics, she goes selfish.
Oh, fair point.
So yeah,
fair point.
So then here's where she shows her scar on her shoulder.
Yeah.
And you said you had some theories about that. You said you had theories that when they got
when they're talking about their war scars when they're out of the road.
Oh, okay. That
a little bit later. So it turns out the only way to get rid of a curse is to face it.
Yeah.
And then they hear the demon sounds flying around, and this is when the teen gets tossed, and Agatha all of a sudden just totally switches out of character. She cares. She runs and like, oh my god, like
runs
total
the teen,
like over dramatically, like oh my
Mama
god,
bear,
like full on mom.
Yeah.
Yes, and we haven't seen that side of her yet.
Nope.
And I think she becomes more vulnerable as soon as Rio enters. I think she's taking it as a sign that Rio's there for a reason, and that teen means more to her than she thinks.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm seeing this right now.
Okay.
As it's progressing.
So then, after they pick up teen and all that, Agatha's one who realizes that they have to play the song.
Right.
So she starts like saying, all right, you play this and you play this. And then my favorite was Lilia. She was like, no, I don't do that, but I do play like cymbals or thimbles or whatever the hell she said. And then
Lilia plays the
tiniest
zills.
little she gets the tiniest little cymbals.
Yeah.
To cling.
Ting.
Yeah.
Those are called zills.
Okay, so she gets that. She starts playing that. And for some reason,
she switches to a triangle.
Every camera change to her. She's got a different.
There's
instrument.
A table behind her with all of them lined up.
Okay,
so
I'm like, how does she have a different instrument? Now she's next triangle.
The first time I saw it, I'm like, where is she getting this shit from?
Yeah.
Second time I watched it, I was like, there it is.
That she's gonna have. That she has maracas at one point, and I'm like, where the fuck? She's gonna come out with a cello next. Like, what the hell?
I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Lilia plays all those instruments, all those little like hand instruments.
Ding.
Yeah. So Teen plays the guitar. Yeah. Jen plays the bass. Agatha sings
she's the lead singer.
Yeah. Alice plays the piano, and Rio on the drums.
Yeah.
Full on rock band, ready to rock and roll.
And the song sounds good.
And as Agatha starts singing, she gets burned. And she's like, no, keep playing.
Yeah.
She's like ready to go. Fire starts to surround them in the room.
Yeah.
Things light up.
Literally everything on the wall lights on fire.
Yeah. Full on fire circle or fire or whatever.
Ring of fire.
Yeah. Literally all around them.
Yeah.
And as they're all playing, they zoom in on Teen, and he has like this a glass shard in his
stomach. Yeah, man.
Area. And it shines blue.
Didn't catch that.
And for me,
I thought because there is blue, like neon colors in the background. Right. I thought it was just a reflection of that.
It was
because he's like, by that.
Why make it shiny? why
it didn't have to gleam. Yeah,
there's so much fire it could have been red.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
yeah,
it was
he
like a
didn't
little
need to
hint to his
gleam.
powers.
Okay, okay.
That's how I seen it because his magic Wiccan powers are blue.
Yeah.
That's how I took it at least.
Okay.
And then we hear like the demon like flying around and shit.
Because there is a light circling and that's blue. So I thought it was just that blue light.
It was
when it shined on him. But you said it glimmered blue like it.
Yeah, it kind of almost like crystallized a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Similar to how like the mother of Agatha's coven, Agatha's mother, who we know
hers was blue, yeah.
Yeah, that blue crown, that same shimmer is how I seen it.
Yeah, yeah.
I've watched it 3 times total, and I'm like, yeah, that's how I see it. Yeah, so that it just reconfirmed every time.
Yeah, yeah.
For me.
Okay.
And then so they're singing it, and then they all harmonize on the title of the episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like harmonize hard, beautifully, sound great. I can teach you, or if I can't reach you, let my song teach you.
Yeah. So then, but I know the producer's leaving. But no, so what's really cool is as they're getting into this song, then we see the curse manifest into this
what it is.
Yeah, winged demon creature.
Yeah, like it's like a gargoyle mixed with
straight out of Nightmares
with boobs.
Yeah,
it was a female, obviously. The y'all female's crazy. Nah, I was kidding.
So yeah, but yeah.
Oh my God,
that's the demon all the women face. But
the demon was on Shark Week. Okay, that
so
makes more sense.
Alice is the first one who clocks it. She sees it, and then
she's like, if I can see it, I can kill it.
Yeah, you know? And then she realizes that the song is the cure,
right,
for the curse.
So then she starts hitting these notes hard.
Yeah,
while she's playing the piano,
killing it,
loving it.
Yeah.
How do they kill it? I forget how they kill it. Oh, no, her singing kills it, right? So it lands on her shoulder.
Dude, I don't know. Her. Look I don't see a shimmer of blue. I don't see it shimmer blue. It's just a reflection of
the light,
the surrounding. Yeah.
Oh. Well, again, like I'm saying, it is the light that makes it look like that.
You're just saying why choose that color?
Right. It could have been red.
At that time? Fair enough.
It could have been red. There's so much fire everywhere.
Yeah, like I saw it for him where he was... Oh, no. Yeah, there it is red now. Yeah, that's a good point. That it's shining blue. All right.
Yeah.
So then...
It wasn't over the top shiny, but it made me think of the crown. It made me think of his powers. Like, that's the first thing.
It was just a neon blue, yeah, for sure.
Right. It wasn't anything significant, really. It wasn't like powers manifesting. I'm not going down that road with him again.
No. What I did really like is when the camera's on Alice, it's split screen and it shows her mom's picture at the same time. Loved it. Thought it was fucking beautiful. It was awesome seeing. Yeah, it was awesome.
Every episode has given me those visuals that WandaVision gave me.
Yeah,
and I'm fucking loving this.
Yeah. So they're all rocking out and they're getting into it, and then they finish, and then the demon woman,
the demon
flies over
Alice
to Alice,
lands on her shoulders to try to burn her again.
Yeah, and then she fights through it, and
she hits a note hard.
Yeah, and then the demon just fucking flames from the bottom, and then just flames from the bottom, and it's gone. Yeah,
kind of like how when Thanos snapped and everything like turned.
Oh right, yeah,
that's how I took it.
Just incinerated.
Yeah.
And then that's it. Then they stop singing.
Yeah. And then the teen fucking faints.
Yeah, passes out, and then they realize.
Well, the music meter thing.
The time clock stops.
So it doesn't really track time, but like
it's a timer.
It's their timer on the on that part of the trials.
Yeah, every trial has like a timer, and then this one was just that old school clock that like therapists would have.
What it does is you can it counts like your musical notes. It's a musical instrument.
Oh, that's right. It is okay. It's a beat, a tempo.
Yeah,
counter,
it's like a tempo counter. You can help tune your instruments to that. Like there's lots of different capabilities of this stuff, but yeah, that's what it is.
Before Teen passed out, her piano opens up, and that's the exit.
Falls off, and then
that's the exit.
Yeah,
and then this dude passes out, and they all go to him.
Yeah, so they save him. walk him out, carry him out.
Yeah, they carried him out, and then they take him, and then he's on the witch's road, and they put him on a big-ass tree stump.
Yeah.
And then they take out the shard of glass, and then Agatha's like, Jen, what do you need? What do we do?
Hysterically.
Yeah.
What do you, she's like
a mom.
Scared.
Yeah, like a mom.
Full on mom. She's like, what do you need?
And then Jen thinks for a second, and then she says, moon water.
Well, she goes water and moonlight.
Okay.
Yeah. So she goes, no, but before that, this part was a little weird. Okay. So she looks at Jen. She's like, what do you need? And Lilia goes, he's strong, or he's young and strong. And Agatha goes, don't. She like tells her like, don't fucking patronize him, basically. Yeah. That's how I took it.
Yeah.
And then she looks at Rio and says, don't, in a sad voice.
Yeah. Oh, because she's dead.
Right.
Okay. Right. Yeah, so yeah.
You see where I'm going with this?
Like,
wait till the end. Wait till the end.
Okay.
All right. So, and then so she looks at Jen. She's like, what do you need? She screams at her this time. And then she goes, water and moonlight. And then Alice takes off, goes to get the water. Looks like a piece of bark.
Yeah.
She like scoops up some water. And then Jen goes in she starts saying this like incantation over the moon water. Or
holding the water in moonlight.
Yeah, and then she's like moving it around. She's doing some stuff, and
then they just go pour it.
Yeah, Lilia says 3 of swords as she's creating this potion.
Yeah,
and then she's saying something in Latin, which I'm not sure what the 3 of swords signified. Why did Lilia say that?
I have no idea.
Which I haven't found a reason for it yet, but I need to know, because everything her character is saying has some importance. Maybe now that you said that, on her trial, probably. And then so she starts to pour it, and Agatha's like, she's like, stop, you're making it worse. And then she's like, no, wait. So she pours it again, wipes, and it starts to heal.
Yeah. Well, it's like healed completely.
Yeah.
And she just has to wipe the blood off.
Eventually, she pours it like 3 times, and then it heals completely.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's fucking cool. I need that shit, bro.
Moon water, right? Yeah.
The 3 of Swords, what I took it on is like the tarot reading.
Yeah.
And then it says here, the fundamental sorrow experience to a reader suggests this may be in the form of a lost relationship or accidental death.
Oh. Okay.
Interesting.
So, lost relationship or accidental death.
Some other form of not just depression, but deeply emotional sorrow.
Oh, so deeply emotional sorrow.
So maybe that popped to her mind because of Agatha. It'll lead into my theory then.
Okay.
Absolutely will.
All right.
So Alice is they're all good.
They put him in a little place to like rest and heal up.
I'm not sure who built this like little wooden bungalow situation.
Yeah.
But Agatha's sitting with him.
Yeah.
And all the other witches are sitting down together, kind of just start. That's where they start
around a campfire.
Stories.
Yeah.
And Jen goes, well, I'm an 11th generation root worker and a midwife. But she was invited to the Obstetrics Association of Greater Boston. So she was tricked to go there because someone knew apparently she was a witch. And it was all a setup. And whoever this guy was that showed up in the previous trial is the one that bound her. She still doesn't know how the fuck that happened.
Yeah, without magic.
He
bound her,
right.
Yeah.
Notice that it says, every time they say the word magic, it's spelled magic like the character.
MAJCK.
Instead of with just with a C at the end.
Really? I didn't have subtitles on.
I always have subtitles on.
Always. My wife usually rather have subtitles on. Did we? I didn't see it then. I did notice that. That's right. Yeah, that's right. That's true. It did say that.
Every time it says
once,
magic,
but I didn't,
it spells it like the character's name, Magic.
I didn't think too much of it.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, okay, magic.
It's weird.
Okay, interesting.
So Alice goes, well, when her mom died, she stopped believing in everything her mom had taught her. She wanted the road to not be real so that she can stay mad at her mom. And Lilia goes, well, it was all on you. It was all on you, and that's what made you sad. Like the whole situation, like her being sad with her mom.
Yeah,
she carried that burden. She's like, but it's better to be sad than being angry now. So she was no longer happy or no longer sad anymore or angry at her mom. She kind of came to peace. She just my mom did this for me this whole time.
Yeah.
And it was a good realization.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when Lydia's like, she's like, you know what I hate? I hate all these misconceptions of what us witches are.
Mm-hmm.
She's like that we talk to goats, we have extra nipples, and Rio.
Yeah, Rio's like, oh, I'm covered in nipples. She's like, you guys aren't?
Have extra nipples?
She's like, look. And then she's like, oh, they're like, oh.
And then it pans out and they're all laughing.
Yeah.
So they're just having a good time. And
Yeah.
they're starting to...
Unwinding after the trial, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And Lilia has... I thought I took it as a premonition where she's like, you know, we all hated each other in the beginning of this. And then like snapped back out of it. And that's when Jen's like, where do you go? Like, where do you go when this happens? Yeah. Turns over to the teen. Teen wakes up and is talking to Agatha. And she's like, he's like, did you put the sigil on me? And she's like, no. She's like, and even if I did, I don't think I'd know. That's how this works. She's like, it's kind of an annoying spell. That's why none of us use it.
Yeah.
But the spell works on the witch that initially put the spell.
Yeah.
And then she's like, before you even fucking ask me, which are cute ass little warrior voice or whatever. And she's like cheering him up, you know?
Yeah.
The only way to destroy a spell, it's
no, the only way to break it is to destroy it.
Yeah, to break it is to destroy it, but it only goes away when it's not needed anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way, it's kind of a protection spell.
Yeah, because I think it's needed for them to probably concentrate on the witch's road and the trials rather than him.
Yeah,
and who he is.
Yeah,
because I think that would distract them from their goal.
Right.
So, okay.
So at this point,
the end of the road, it's most likely it's gonna break.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Who do you think put the sigil on? I think Wanda.
Either Wanda or Mephisto, maybe.
Yeah, those are the only two
one of
at the moment.
It's got to be those.
I don't
two.
think it was ever Agatha,
and it can't be Rio.
No, I don't think it's Rio either. Agreed.
Yeah.
And I'll get into that why. So they go back. Oh, they have a little bit more banter. She's like, be careful, or careful you don't say something nice. And she's like, oh, I won't.
Yeah, but what was really interesting is he asked her, what happened to your son? And then she snaps out of that caring mother mode, and then she's
like, heal fast. We're not staying here long.
Yeah, and then leaves.
So yeah, so then they go back to
can't
the
wait
campfire,
for that.
And Lilia's like sharing her. Oh, this is when she zones out, and she's like, "Oh, we all hated each other," but she was talking about her vampire bite, and then she punched out. You think that's a reference to like Blade?
No, because that was a deleted scene. Oh, you mean of Blade himself?
Or the vampires that Blade kills.
Oh, really? I didn't make that connection, but okay.
Yeah.
I can see it, yeah.
Yeah. And then that's after she talks about that, then she zones out, and Jen's like, where do you go?
Yeah.
And then Jen tells Agatha, she's like, give us a war story. Tell me something happened to you. She's like, and she rolls up her sleeve and she shows her elbow.
Yeah.
And then she's like,
and she's sitting next to Rio.
Yes.
Which I feel is important to say.
Correct. She's like, it's a stab by a knitting needle. And she's like, have you ever heard of the Daughters of Liberty? And they're like, no. She's like, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
Because you fucked them up.
Yeah.
And then
they all laugh at that too.
Yeah, as that's happening, now Rio goes, I got a scar. And Agatha's like, no, you don't. And she's like, a long time ago, I loved somebody. And I had to do something that I didn't want to do, even though it was my job. Mm-hmm. And it hurt them. She's my scar. And I think she had to collect Agatha's son.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%. Because she said she had to do something that she didn't want to do. It was her job. Her job is death. She's essentially the Grim Reaper.
If she's Lady Death, that's
so
how it works.
Her job is to take someone's life. So if she's got to do her job and that's going to hurt the one she loves, it's got to be taking someone that person loves. Agatha only ever probably loved her son.
Yeah,
so
it's Nicholas Scratch.
Boom, right there.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
we're on the same page with that. Cool. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then it just confirms it even more when Agatha gets up and she takes off and Rio kind of walks after her. But when she goes to walk off, Lilia's like, she grabs her hand, she like checks her ass. She's like, she grabs Rio's hand.
Yeah.
She's like, don't think I forgot what you said in the booth. So she's like,
and then Rio goes,
oh yeah.
hissed at her.
Did you already mention what Rio said?
That's where I'm getting to. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So she walks up and she like, it looks like she caresses Agatha's back. And Agatha turns around, she like, they hug each other. They
have a nice little
other.
embrace, which I thought was for sure leading to a makeout session.
Well, she was going to kiss her.
I was waiting for it.
She was going to kiss her. And then
it
like,
didn't
Agatha.
happen. I was like, damn you. I know.
Yeah. She's like,
yeah.
Agatha, the boy isn't yours. And then she's like,
more episodes.
and she snaps back like how she did when the teen asked what happened to her son. She went from emotional and loving to back to the Agatha, the asshole we know, and she just storms off. And that's where the episode ends.
Which I think that's why she's always like that. Because whenever she tries to show her vulnerable side, it's like...
Someone fucks it up. Yeah. Yep.
Makes sense.
I mean, welcome to real life, bro.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of women are like that. Yeah. They show the vulnerable side and the guy fucks it up and then they put up walls again. Yeah. For sure.
So what a fucking episode.
Yeah, that was a great one.
An emotional episode.
Like I said, these episodes and the series is getting better as the episodes go on. And each episode is better than the last.
I don't understand why people are shitting on this series. There are people that just are not rating it high.
Because that's what they do now. That's the it thing now. I told you, it's the bad shit. Especially Marvel.
Either that or it's because it's an all women show.
That's a lot. You got a lot of probably women haters that are just like...
There's a lot of like they want a lot of man superhero testosterone shit.
But I think this is great.
Yeah,
though.
it really
this
is.
So
but
dope.
Like, it goes back to like the Marvel chats where like guys would start off with like, I'm not a woman hater, but like if you have to say that, you are.
Probably
yeah. You're like, I'm not a woman basher, but yeah, you are. But no, dude, there's nothing wrong with the series. It's hitting.
No, I have not seen a red flag, anything like, oh, that doesn't make sense. Like, I'm ready for every next episode.
This show so far, it's up there. It's contending with like WandaVision and Loki for me. I think it's in that category.
I don't think there's another Disney Plus series better than this, other than those two.
That's what I'm saying.
Those are the top two.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's following. It's going into that bracket. It's
Yeah.
like following those footsteps. Which I'm like, if you have that formula for Disney Plus Marvel shows, how about you do that for everyone?
Yeah. How about we just pretend Secret Invasion didn't come out and just redo it? Not just kidding. Redo it this way, guys.
Redo it. Reimagining. Okay. But yeah, man. Like I said, I'm liking it. I'm looking forward to the next episode because we have 5 more.
What is this, episode 4? So 5 more.
5. So 9 episodes. Okay.
Yeah, 4 more weeks of this.
Okay. Sweet. Oh, right, because the last week is 2 episodes.
Correct.
The finale is 2 episodes. Cool. All right, so, I mean, let us know what you guys are thinking so far of the episode, if you like it. Even if you didn't like it, give me valid reasons as to why you don't like this episode.
Yeah. I don't mind entertaining and having an adult nerd conversation.
If it
talking
makes
about
sense.
this stuff. If it makes sense. Yeah. Like The Acolyte, I enjoyed the action.
Yes.
But I didn't necessarily love the plot holes that fucked up with the lure.
Story.
You know? So, yeah, the story and the lure, you know? But will I entertain why it could work? Yeah, give me reasons why. But if y'all ain't chatting with us, then...
Actors did a good job in that show.
Your mouth.
Action, yeah. They just fell short in a lot of parts. But yeah, so I got nothing else. You got anything else?
Yeah, just to give you an update on our Halloween episode.
Oh, right.
We will have the link below for you guys to click, fill out that information, and just share your spooky stories. It could be a miracle. It could be something crazy that happened, no matter what. The thought process behind it is we're going to be just reading them like, am I the assholes form?
Nice.
Just give me the, brief summary. Give me some background on some people in there, whether employees of yours at work, don't include your company, things like that.
Yeah.
Change it to male 1, male 2, female 1, female 2, dog, cat, bird, lizard, whatever.
Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff. Yeah.
You can just make the whole story like Zootopia, all about animals, and they're actually humans in real life.
That'd be
just
good.
Give me a good story. We want to read them, and Yeah, and if anyone's interested in sharing what their favorite horror movies are too, throw that in at the end.
Yeah.
There's a couple of sections at the end where you can just add more additional information, or if you want to partner with us, let us know. Comment in that, let us know, and we would love to nerd out with some other fellow nerds
for sure. And the link to that is going to be down below.
Correct.
In the description, so make sure you do that. All right, so that's gonna do it for us today. We want to thank you guys for joining us yet again. And Kike, follow me, my friend,
to glory at the end.
Thanks.
If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like and subscribe.
Also, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all our new episodes and more.